Welcome back to the Martin Show. Whānau you with Zaki, man.
And Jakey boy.
We are episode 10.
We made it. Double digits. We got to 10 eps, dog.
Episode 10, baby. And it is pretty makariri.
Hence the woolly jumper and the bloody puffer vest.
It's cold. It's cold. It's an early Saturday.
We are shooting this pretty early, eh?
It is, bro. It is. We got a bit of a interesting ep. It's our first ep that we've done together in a while. It's actually been a while since episode 6.
I look forward to these ones though.
Bro, me
They're my
too.
favorite ones.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
literally just me and Zach, no one else in the background.
Yeah.
We set up everything.
Like, obviously, we love having guests on as well, but I feel like the corridors, when it's just you and I, we're able to just bounce,
100%.
And see where it goes.
1,000,000%. Yeah, 10 episode reflection. A little like a rough reflection. We're not gonna reflect on it too much. What's been your favorite ep so far
Favorite ep?
from the last 10?
Oh, I'll be honest. There's been like since probably from 1 to 5, I feel like we didn't really try that much.
We just, I
know. So I feel like from 5 onwards, like from 6 onwards, sorry, I feel like we've just given it more effort.
Effort for sure.
You know, and you can see the improvements
and the product.
the product. You're like, oh, maybe we do got to put a bit of money into it, you know.
100%.
I feel like you've definitely noticed that too.
That's been probably my biggest learning. It's like another side hustle. It's like another little. It's our baby, bro. You know, and like how much money we put into it, like study for it, or like when guests come on, knowing the guests way before they come in. No disrespect, but I thought maybe like an hour. Like the first few guests, like an hour study on them would be enough. And then they come in here, I've never met them in real life, and I'm like this, talking to them like, I don't even know what to say.
What episode was the one where you felt like you did that the most?
Ruben Milner. Shout out my brother Rubes.
Shout out my brother Rubes.
When you come back on, bro, don't worry. Hucklepuck will be talking as well. But like it was, it's more just, and it's like a craft as well. One thing I'm learning, it's a craft. You got to get better at it.
Yeah.
Like actually, I think the more you learn about life itself as well, like, because it's podcasting, you're talking about knowledge, what you know, it's your own beliefs, but it's also like what you know as well.
Ooh.
And more, just putting in the mahi, studying.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 months in. We're 3 months into it now.
Bro, that's like, we were talking about this last year at R&B, like, let's do a podcast this year. We're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Like, let's look back in another 3 months and be like, shit, 20 episodes.
Well, as we say, 10 episodes and we've seen, some improvements. And I feel like people are starting to see it as well, starting to get validation or, which is not really that important as such. But sometimes it's nice because, you do this thing and you're like, man, I hope it's getting received well. So when people are giving you that sort of like, bro,
good stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, no,
it does feel good.
Well, it makes you hungrier.
Yeah,
it makes 100%. You hungrier to keep getting better at the thing.
I definitely enjoy getting good feedback for the pod.
For sure.
Like, that wasn't being called it all, bro. Like, it uplifted me. Yeah. Or like, it's like, ooh, that makes me feel good. G.
Would you say, so that's your biggest learning so far, is that you've seen the improvements? Would that be your biggest improvement over the past 3 months?
Yup. And also just like put out what we want to put out. Don't worry about, don't look back on it and think, what if? Just speak your truth, speak our truth. If we're happy with that and our corridors, and bro, we're just speaking our heart and truth, G. So it's like, if it comes across in a bad way, then it comes acrost in a bad way.
Well, regardless if people like it or don't like it, as long as you're being true to what you say and what you believe in, then that's it. Bro, my biggest learning is about patience.
100%.
Bro, like, we did speak about this at R&B, but it's been in the works for a lot longer than that. Like, I remember we were talking about it at the beginning of last year as such.
Just chat about it.
We'll just talk about it. Now that we've done it, so you mull over it over that time, and then you think it's going to be like the best thing in the world, or the best thing since sliced bread.
It's going to kick off bloody next week.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go, all these expectations, like it's going to be the best thing.
Yeah.
And you know what
previews.
I mean? Yeah. And like, bro. You're like, bro, I can't remember the number. I remember we were training at Potem was on one of the, I think it was episode 4. You're like, 48 views on YouTube. And you're like, remember that number, 48.
Wait till it's 48 bloody thousand.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, that's been my biggest thing is remembering like, okay, we're 3 months in now. That's still like, that's still very small. If you're thinking about scale, like
100%.
Wait 6 months, wait a year, wait 3 years. You know, like you wait till the end of the year. We think we're getting better in 5 episodes from our first 5. Wait till we're at 50.
Right, 100%. It's going to take time.
It's going to take time, bro. But as you say, keep putting the mahi, keep reflecting on this like this. I reckon we reflect at the zero of every number. So every like
slight reflection,
maybe every 3 months, every 10, every 20, every 30 episode, just a little slight reflection like this and be like, ooh.
100%.
But the future is pretty exciting.
All day. I just want to state as well, like I think from, the last 10 episodes, we've been pretty grateful to have who we've had on. All the guests, shout out. I don't want to name them all now, but a few episodes still to be dropped of, some big guests coming, but pretty grateful to have who we've had on. Like
we had Michael Galvin.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but this will be dropped after that.
Say it, bro.
We had bloody Michael Galvin on.
Me and Zach watched Chris Warner on the podcast team. Are you kidding? Bro.
We've watched them since we were babies, bro.
That's crazy. I remember we spoke about inner child in episode 8. Bro, when Michael Galvin was on, Zacky's inner child was screaming like, this is happening.
And it was even cooler to meet him, and he was a beautiful person, eh?
Caught it all.
Yo.
Tune in, Whānau, episode 9. Make sure you tune in because that was a great yarn. But
100%.
Speaking of tuning in, we may as well plug it right now. This is episode 10, but tune in, Whānau. Follow us on the old, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, _The Martin Show, The Martin Show on Facebook. Plug in.
Follow up, Whānau.
No, the future's exciting. What's coming up? Speaking of future.
What's coming up? Next week, me and Zach actually head to Adelaide. Well, Zach is competing in the Australian champs over there. Zach's looking a bit skinny right now and needs to have a few pies. But we are going over to Adelaide for Australian boxing champs for 4 nights with our coach. Zachy will be competing. I'll be the content creator in the background, cornering him, making sure it all runs smoothly for my brother. Big weekend coming. Yeah, big weekend coming up. Zach's actually wearing an I Am Hope.
Shout out to I Am Hope. I am jumping on board as an ambassador. I Am Hope is a charity, a foundation who tautoko and advocate change for our youth. Something that I've done in the past and jumping back on the waka. Something I'm very proud of and looking forward to this partnership as well. They have very kindly, generously supported Jake and I on this journey to get us to Adelaide to be able to do what I love as well. So big shout out to I Am Hope, man.
Bro, it's massive. Congratulations, Dougal.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
That's the goal, to be doing what you do, supporting tautoko something like that as well.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. Awesome. It's like we find out our reasons for why we do what we do, and it's just been like added fuel for me.
100%.
Just added fuel. Like, it's showing me like, there's a green light. I'm on the right track here. I'm doing something right here. But 2 weeks after that. 2 weeks after that, we got the Australian club champs in Adelaide, and then 2 weeks after that, we got the New Zealand Golden Gloves, the North Island Golden Gloves in Tauranga, which Jakey and I will be competing in the first time. We will both be, I've competed in it twice, Jake competed in it last year, but this will be the first time in our lives that we're competing in it together.
Bro, I can't wait.
Bro, that's going to be crazy.
King's birthday weekend.
Yo.
I wonder how many brothers have competed at Golden Gloves together.
Yeah.
Or even won it. Hopefully, that's the goal. We're going there to win.
For sure.
That'll be the big goal. 2 brothers walking out on their divisions. So
hopefully, a big month of boxing, big month on ways. And hopefully at the end of it, by the time this episode is released, hopefully we can prove or show some gold, some titles,
glove on around our neck,
or some New Zealand history.
Yeah, bro.
Some New Zealand history.
Anything else coming up? That's mainly boxing lately. Yeah, it's been a lot of boxing, a lot of
heaps of training, heaps of small wins. I would say for you and I, you know, like
been busy,
bro. Today we got a crazy day, bro. We're shooting. This is 8 a.m. Friday. We're shooting this pod. We got sparring straight after this, and then we got a shoot with Hahana.
Hahana, yeah,
who a production or a platform which supports or normalizing te reo Māori in the public space. So we've got a 5-hour shoot with them tonight, and then tomorrow just straight back on the waka. So
back on the waka. Big day. But like, I love these weekends.
Yeah,
it's
me
good.
too.
Filled with, you know, mahi.
Mahi. But speaking of mahi, ooh, great segue. I didn't think that was intentional.
Great segue.
Speaking of mahi, today, the main kōrero Jakey and I want to have today is in regards to mahi. It's in regards to workplace, work culture, career, job, all that sort of stuff. And why do you want to share this kōrero today?
I think, we're talking about what we're going to talk, like we're saying to each other what we're going to talk about for episode 10. And then we kind of hit the nail on the head with this. I feel like me and you are both in a pretty buzzy place right now with our mahi. I'm kind of in limbo with what I'm trying to find my way, really. I feel like I'm coming to my senses in life, and I'm like, am I waking up and truly fulfilling my destiny in a way? So I think it's been heavy on my mind lately. It's been something that's been affecting me a lot. I don't think it's negative. I'm not looking at it in a negative way. I'm just looking at it in a way as it's life.
For sure.
Like I'm finding my way as a human.
Beautiful, bro. And I think what you're saying there as well, which is another reason why we're wanting to talk about it, or why I definitely want to talk about it as well, is because you're feeling this type of way. I know I am or have felt this type of way. And I know so many people listening will also be
100%.
feeling or have felt this type of way.
100%.
So it's very, very relatable, bro. We're all, particularly the individuals in their 20s, the late teens, or bro, I'd even say some people even in 30s still question what they do, what they want to do. And I think it's important to stay before we jump into it fully, is when Jake and I are not disrespecting anyone. We're not disrespecting anyone's mahi. I think everyone should take pride in their work, and no matter what you do, where you come from, all that sort of stuff. And here in Aotearoa, we are very, very privileged.
For sure.
Like at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, we are very, very lucky that we even get to try to, or we get the opportunity to be what we want to be, or to pursue whatever we want to pursue. In some countries, you can't even do that.
For sure.
You know, we are blessed, bro. Let's just jump straight in. I want to ask you first question.
Yep.
People are not happy in their work. True or false, in your opinion?
Look, I'd say true.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't happy. They don't wake up and I'd say true.
Why do you think that?
Everyone's got something that they have that they're very good at, and they're very good at something. And I feel like a lot of people are waking up and they're not ultimately doing what their passions are. Yeah. They're doing something completely different. They're waking up doing the same thing every single day, being in a place that they don't really want to be, but they have to be, because it's paying their bills. Some people have kids. Some people come from everyone's got different scenarios. So I feel like the repetitive cycle of life, of work, wake up, same place every day. Some people like it, some people don't. And some people are unfortunately not in a position to be able to go and find those things. Yeah. Because they've got kids, they've got other commitments, they've got partners, they've got bills, they've got mortgages, rent. I'm lucky enough to not even know any of that right now. And I'm still feeling the way I'm feeling. So it's like if people got to work to make money, you have to. So that's why I think they get paid. So that's why they stay, you know, they don't go and ultimately find their true thing. Because it comes with a lot of sacrifice.
100%, bro. Well, going into that, so do you think people are unhappy in their work? You believe that's true? What about for you personally? What do you do? Tell the people what you do.
So I am a plumbing apprentice. I am in my 3rd year. I've been plumbing the drain laying for about a year straight out of high school. Do I enjoy what I do? I thoroughly enjoyed it for the first few years. I really did. But I think in the last year, like exponentially, I've realized like I don't. Like it's not that I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy it and I don't enjoy it. It's like I think I'm slowly realizing it's like not my forever mahi.
Yeah.
Which I think is okay. I feel like out of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like I was a little shit in high school. I didn't want to go to uni. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I left high school and literally fell into a trade and was like, whoa, I'm here now. A year goes by and then I'm still doing the same thing. Another year goes by, I'm doing it. And then I'm like, and then now I'm here and I'm still plumbing. And it's like, I think as I've matured in my brain, I'm realizing I'm like, this is actually not really my ultimate passion. But I do love sides of the job. I think it's good. It's like, bro, being a tradie, it's hard yakka. Hard yakka. Shout out to all the tradie brothers out there and sisters. Shout out to MCB Plumbing. It comes with a lot. It's a lot. It's just like up to you if you really want to be doing that. Being a tradie.
No, I agree. I feel like we're people in regards to what we're saying about how people are not happy in their work. I feel like people ultimately, bro, people want to feel valued. People want to feel seen. People want to feel heard, and they want to feel like they're like contributing. They're contributing to something.
Something, exactly.
And a lot of the times, those individuals that aren't feeling happy usually aren't feeling valued, seen, heard, or they feel like they're contributing to something. Bro, but I also think like change is a very scary thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like where a lot of us don't want to make that change. We might be feeling unhappy in our mahi and we think we may need to have a career change or try something else, but where they talk about it in Chris Williamson's Modern Wisdom, the Regent Beta paradox, where everything's okay. Like you're in the okay job. There's a decent pay, there's security, there's certainty, all those things. But you're kind of, you're not thriving in it. You don't love what you're doing. You don't. It's okay.
That's sure.
And for some people, bro, they actually don't mind. They don't mind. They don't actually care if they don't enjoy what they do, and that's cool.
And
like,
bro, good
on you.
For sure.
For me personally, I want to make sure that I'm doing something that I do feel, I guess, passionate about, or something that I love to do.
I know I won't be fulfilling something if I wake up every day and I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, then I'm not being true to myself.
Yeah.
And I think as the years go on, it's kind of gone. Like I've realized like I got to be doing something that I'm like, that's Jake. That's like around, like, that's why over the last year, and I feel like it'll keep getting worse and worse if I'm like, and then I'm like, then I got to snap into it and realize like I should be going to do.
Do you think that you've wasted time? Or do you think you're wasting time? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes and no. It's more like my brain's developing. I'm developing as a person. So I think I'm slowly realizing what, my brain's like.
All these answers are starting to come up now.
Exactly.
Bro, I'll give you a kōrero on this, my whakaaro on that. It's like a wasting time versus working hard. And a lot of us, bro, a lot of people will also be in that same waka, like, oh man, I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time. And if you feel like you're wasting time, I get it. But that just means you have to find something and put your attention and energy into something that matters to you or means something to you. But there's a saying, bro, Alex Hormozy said, and there is profit in all labor. And it pretty much means, so it's not really about the work, you know, the job that you may be doing, the plumbing. It's not about that. It's more so about the individual that you're becoming because of the work. So it's less about the results and the outcomes and more about you and that you're still getting better. Like if you think about the Jake now and you're getting all these answers now compared to when you started at 18, you're a completely different person now because,
100%.
and yes, it's, you know, it's less about the work, but more about you, about the Jake. That is, you're going to take skills away from
1,000,000%.
the plumbing apprenticeship, from MCB. Shout out again.
Shout out.
And you're a completely different person thanks to that, you know?
Bro, I've learned a lot.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong,
bro.
I've learned, so much.
But you only look at this in retrospect, you know? So I think it's a very, very important thing there because some people think they're just wasting their time when really...
You're definitely not. You're molding. You're molding. Everything molds you, definitely.
100%.
Definitely. Tell the whānau a little bit more about your mahi right now.
About my mahi.
And your situation.
Yeah, my situation right now, I'm an actor. I'm an actor. With acting, it's pros and cons like Jakey was talking about with the plumbing. Acting's a very, very hit or miss, feast or famine, as we like to call it, industry. And so when you do have mahi, make sure you appreciate that mahi because when you don't have mahi, things can get a little bit tough. And so I'm very, very fortunate that I'm also a boxing instructor in between my mahi. So that's what I've been doing, what I've been up to for the past five months since finishing up at Shorty last year. So that's been me this year, really.
Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this new? Because Studio Box is pretty not new to you, but you were full time, obviously acting. Now you are full time Studio Box trainer in a way, acting as well. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, bro. My thoughts on this is like, I feel like, and I think people can get a lot from this, is the things that I choose to do is I like to do something that I love or that I like, but I want to keep getting better at that thing. And it's not just getting better, but it's wanting to be better. So for example, acting, you can even use boxing in this. Yeah. Those are things that I like doing, love doing, but I also can get better in them. You can forever keep getting better at boxing and acting, but I want to get better at them.
For sure.
So for something like Studio Box, I think I'm a pretty good trainer.
Definitely.
But I don't want to be the best New Zealand trainer, like it's not my, there's a cap. There's a different drive and ambition for that. Like with my acting and my boxing, I want to be better. I want to be better. And so there have been times, bro, in the 5 months that I'm being at studio where I do get in my own head, my own right about it because I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
Andy.
And it's like, hold on.
Yeah.
But I've only recently, bro, come to this realization. And so now my attitude is way different towards it. Now I'm like, hold on. Shut up. I'm pretty blessed that I get to do this right now. Even though I may not want to be the best right now, let's just focus on our members and our clients right now and try and take the best classes as I go day by day, treating it like a day by day thing, but still making sure that I'm wanting to get better in the things that I want to get better in.
Yeah, I love it, Dogo. Do you feel like you've only felt that with studio or like, because you obviously were on Shorty, because when you were on Shorty, you were fulfilling your passion, one of your passions, So it felt like you were just going to work every day and spreading your gifts.
Yeah, bro.
So you probably would never felt like that. You were like, I'm loving this.
Yeah,
I'm
100%. Exactly. When I was on Shorty, it was always like, how can I keep improving?
Leveling up.
How can I keep, but at Studio Box, there have been times where I haven't had that same feeling of like, how do I keep getting better? How do I keep getting better? With me, bro, one thing I've learned, you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. You can be an Olympian. You can do anything. If you put your mind to it in a certain time frame, you can do anything. You can't do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've only, bro, it's been crazy. So you're talking about being on Shorty. I was still boxing then. I wasn't able to compete, but I was still boxing. And I wasn't boxing at the level that I wanted to because I was acting at a level. Now the tides have turned.
So, yeah.
Now I'm boxing. We're about to box at a pretty high level for amateur boxing, but I haven't been able to put a lot of my effort into my acting. So what I've learned is that you can do anything, but you can't do everything.
For sure.
And that's been a frustrating thing for me, bro, because I haven't put a lot of my time and attention and energy into my acting because a lot of it has been taken from boxing. And so I'm learning this a lot this year, but the opposite way. So I was getting frustrated when I was on shorty, like, I want to box. And they're not letting me box. Now that I'm boxing a lot, I'm like, man, I'd love to give acting a go. So right, for me, bro, it's prioritizing. Okay.
Everything, okay.
Everything. Because, bro, like, you know, I have like 3 different clear visions and they're all clear on their own. But when you're trying to do them all, then it gets blurry. And that's when I become blind.
Yeah.
And that's when I start getting in my head about it and getting frustrated. And that's when things go wrong.
And it's hard to fit everything in.
It is, bro.
It's hard to fit everything
Everything has a cost, man.
Like we've got so much going on. It's hard to, what do you prioritize? Like,
for sure.
What's going to fill my cup? What's going to do this? It's it's very hard to find the balance.
100%.
Life's so bloody boom.
Yeah.
What do I do here?
Yeah.
It's bloody hard.
But I want to jump into the idea of success and like pressures of being successful. Can be career-wise, whatever. What do you feel like you have? Do you feel like there's pressure on you? Do you put pressure on yourself to be successful? How do you feel?
For sure. I feel like I do put pressure on myself to be successful. I think that's a good thing. I feel it's always in the back of my mind, especially when I'm wasting time. When I'm not doing the things I should be doing, that's when I feel the pressure to be successful. Social media, when I look around and I'm like I'm looking at these people being successful. Are they actually successful? Am I thinking this? It motivates me, but I'm like, shit, I want to be successful like that right now. Like patience, like the pressure to be successful right this instance. One thing I'm slowly learning is like, it's going to take time. Like I'm 21 now. I may not be successful when I'm 30, 35, but when I'm 36, I might be. That 1 year it might be, but I've got to put in the work. Like I've got to put in the money. And that's one thing I'm slowly realizing it's not going to happen overnight.
Yo,
I've also seen, and I'm trying to do this much more now, is like fall in love with the mahi like that we're putting in, not the end target. Because the end target's always going to move. The end target's never going to finish. There's always an end. There's
the new thing you're going to
get something and something else and something else.
What was our number? 48 views on YouTube. What was the number we said? Hey, that's going to continuously move.
Exactly. They get 100,000, then you're going to go for 1 million.
Yeah.
It's always going to. So yeah, I definitely do feel pressure. How about you?
Bro, beautiful whakaaro akopa. It's very, very, you're leveling up, Dogo. I'll give you that. My whakaaro is very, very similar. I think there's a massive correlation between success and time. And I put a lot of pressure on myself as well. Like I want to be whatever success looks like for you, and everyone has a different, I guess, their own perception on success. I want to be rich now. I want to be happy now. I want to be successful now. Hold on. Again, social media is a massive contributor to that.
Massive.
Looking outward at what everyone else has got. And then again, you forget what you have. You forget that you got a pretty awesome deck in front of you. Again, play the cards that you're dealt with. You got an awesome deck, but you're always looking at what you don't have and what other people have, and it's making you feel down. Like, oh man, I haven't reached this milestone yet. Why am I not? Why doesn't my bank account look like this now?
Why don't I have that 10 pack?
Why don't I have that body now? Why don't I have a wife?
Why don't I have freaking a bloody massive lahu? had to add that in. 'Cause not everyone has one. You know exactly what I mean.
The modern name. Yeah, that's you have stumped me up.
I'm sorry.
But no. Success in time, bro. Success. And Gary Vee. Everyone knows Gary Vee is entrepreneur. He talks about it. Like, bro, he'll be laughing at us right now. Like, for everyone having those pressures on themselves to be successful now at 21 and at 25. Again, you said it's healthy. There are good things about it. And I'm glad I do have that strive, that hunger to be successful.
For sure.
But also looking at the time frame and thinking, but you know what's also a very, very interesting kōrero?
What?
Was what Michael Galvin spoke about. And what one of the biggest things I took away from that, bro, is sometimes, and I never ever thought about it like this, but sometimes you need luck.
Oi. I wrote that down. That is so true. Because I've seen so much other people say that as well.
Have you? Bro, I haven't seen too many people talk about that. Bro. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
And it questioned me, bro. I was like, hold on. So I'm putting in all this money over all these years. I might not make it.
Yeah. Right place, right time.
Bro.
Some people, yeah. But I think ultimately, no matter what, you've got to put in the work. Like,
for sure.
Ultimately, he said put in the hard work, but also it comes with a lot of luck as well.
Yeah.
Like, which is probably true.
There's truth in that, but sometimes we don't want to admit that. Sometimes we always think, we're going to get to the green light at the end of the road. He just stated it, full fact. Sometimes you might not.
And we both were like sitting there like, whoa.
Bro,
it was pretty, to hear it coming from him as well. Like, he's a big dog.
That was mātauranga, bro. That was truth. That was knowledge that I had never thought about. But speaking of success, what does success mean for you? What does it look like for you?
I think, as you said, everyone's got a different view of success. It could be like, being happy, being financially stable, having a beautiful family. I think my version of success, if I look at a successful person, they've got everything on lock. So all factors of life. They've got the financial. They've got the loving family. They've got the fit and healthy body. Doesn't have to be aesthetic body. I'm meaning you're fit and healthy. You got a loving family. You got good people around you. And ultimately you're happy. Like, I would say that to me is successful. Because you could be, bro, like I could have $1 million tomorrow and I could be sad as.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like if you've got all the factors in life that contribute to your life, locked down to a T, then you are successful. But bro, it's hard. You know, like some people have two of those attributes and then fail in other areas.
Bro.
Like me, I have certain attributes in some areas. Same with yourself. And then you fall in other areas.
Yeah, well, I used to view relatively similar. I always used to view like a successful life as a balanced life. And part of me still does. Work-life balance, you know, the tinana, the physical, you know, the nice body, whatever you want to, the social things, maybe having a relationship, kids, all that sort of stuff down the line. But what I've sort of learned, bro, is that, well, for my life and in my experience, bro, my life's never been balanced.
Nah.
Like, there's never been balance. And I know there's many successful people out there, even some people that I know, their lives aren't balanced. My view on success is always changing. So then I look at, so is it about the outcomes, the rewards, the achievement, you know, the actual achievement, the proof, the evidence, the title, the winning the Golden Gloves? Is it booking, getting cast in that job? Is it getting that promotion? That's part of it. I still believe that there's some truth in that for me. But now, bro, it's definitely way more, as you mentioned before, it's about like falling in love with your own process, falling in love, dedicating yourself to the process to achieve that goal, to achieve that certain accolade that you've set out to do. But it's falling in love with everything that is required to get there. And that's, I've known about this, but I've never really known it. Like I've known, I've fallen, bro, Mum said it in our episode 8, tune in, whānau. In episode 8, enjoy the journey. And you hear that all the time, journey over destination, process over reward, whatever. But like I've only really, as I'm getting older, I'd say this year has really made, really ingrained that into my body, like fall in love with the process.
To reflect on what you just said, don't you feel like the most successful people, like they could have the most unbalanced lives, but they've adapted to that. Like that's why they're very good at what they do.
100%.
Because they've adapted to all the shit that gets thrown at them.
For sure.
Like, yeah, they could have an unbalanced life, but they're good at having an unbalanced life.
Yeah, bro.
Like they've adapted to, shit coming at them, stress, anxiety. We say the Martin show, right? We have a business one day. They're adding that stress, having 2 kids, having a mortgage.
What I've learned, bro, exactly as you said.
Like, there's so much to it.
I think that I put a lot of pressure on myself to be successful. I think that I have high expectations on myself, and I feel like there's expectations from others that I have to try and meet all the time. It's just going to get worse.
Yeah, worse.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, bro, it's not going to get, those expectations are going to get even risen as I'm going to continue to rise. So there's no point dwelling on that, getting sad about that, getting mad about that. If anything, it's about now, it's like embracing that even more. Put more pressure on me then. And like swimming in there. That's my mentality now. It's not going to get any, bro, I watched that, the F1 on Netflix, F1. The
car racing.
Bro, the amount of pressure that is on those drivers.
In that moment,
it's like,
crazy.
It was a big realization for me. I was like, man, pressure's just going to keep coming, Zaki.
Yeah.
You just gotta continue to learn how to deal with it. It ain't about the pressure or the level of pressure. It's just going to keep getting higher. As you say, kids one day, things are going to continue to get advanced and everything in all facets, more pressure from society, more love, more hate.
Exactly.
So it's for me, bro, it's the past and the future kōrero. Stop dwelling on your past. Stop looking too far into the future and just be right here with my brother right now.
Bro, as long as, I think we naturally think pretty big.
Yeah.
Which I think is, bro, it'll pay off to us one day. As long as we're putting in, planting the seeds now, there'll be a massive forestry at the end of life,
For sure.
Branches off it. But as long as we plant the seeds now, and bro, the fruits of the labor will pay off eventually.
Gardeners
and
builders
and a bit of luck.
Yeah.
And a bit of luck.
Michael G.
Pray to someone. Pray to someone up there.
In regards to the destiny on that we were having, do you think that you are living in your destiny?
Is anyone truly living in their destiny? It's basically kind of what we just said. Like, is anyone really truly living in their destiny? Life's so crazy. I could be doing one thing for 5 years and I could think that's my destiny, but then I get over it. And then I go on to the next thing. I think our mind's always moving on to the next. Right now, if you're saying in a terms of right now, I'm not living in my destiny, but I'm working towards that. I'm working towards whatever's going to give me peace, or whatever's going to get me the family, get me the house, get me to the level of where I want to be. I'm planting the seeds now, as we just said. But is anyone truly living in their destiny? Is everyone truly some people probably will be, I don't know. But I'm definitely not right now.
Destiny and purpose, to me, I feel like are relatively similar things. My destiny, my purpose. I always used to think that we only had one purpose. When I say like we are put on this earth to do this.
Yeah.
And in acting, we talk about the super objective. What is the character's one super objective? Which I think humans, like, you know, in everyday life, we have that too. What is the overall thing? It could be simple as like 2 words. It could be to love.
Yeah.
You know, and then everything can branch under that, to serve, to give, to help, whatever. That you can have multiple purposes. That your destiny. And Sanguru, he's a spiritual practitioner. Have you heard of Sanguru?
Is he the old fella that's gone on heaps of the podcasts?
Yeah, bro. I believe he might be an Indian man. He's a spiritual.
Yeah. I think I've seen him.
Bro, he's got a thing with Mike Tyson at the moment, and it's crack up.
Yeah.
But anyway, he one of his quotes, it's like, your destiny is not fixed. So like your destiny can change.
Wow. And it does.
It does, bro. And I feel like my destiny has changed and is changing because I'm changing.
100%.
You know, one thing that he says as well, which I absolutely love, is that there is absolute joy in crafting our own destiny. Like we get to craft our own destiny, bro. Like we get to, again, we're so privileged here in Aotearoa.
Bro, 100%.
You can craft your own destiny, but you have to strive. It's all about striving. So you have to pay the price and whatever that is. And I love that, bro.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful way.
I can refer that back to my life right now. Like I've realized maybe 18-year-old Jake was like, my plumbing qualification is my destiny. Now I'm realizing that's not my destiny.
Yeah.
Being a professional boxer once was one of my destinies. Now, as I've grown older, it's not really one of my destinies anymore. That's not really what I truly want to throw myself at in life. So it's like, I'm really back to that yarn before. I want to touch on it a little bit. It's a beautiful thing. I feel like the phase I'm in right now, and probably so are you. It's like, I think it comes with everyone, and everyone at home can take something from it. It's like
100%.
I'm at this age right now where I'm molding, figuring out, and people at my age or whatever age should go and do this, should go and try new things. And that's one of my biggest goals this year, is to go out and figure out what I'm put on this earth to do, and ultimately, live in my purpose, because you should. And I know it'll be freaking massive one day. And I truly, truly believe that.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I know it's going to, take graft and
come with its own challenges and obstacles.
But I'm ready for it.
Again, as long as you know,
100%.
For anyone else knows, as long as you know within yourself.
All day.
Yeah, brother. I love that. The last part I wanted to talk about was like, as you're talking about, like the chase. Like I love chasing, whether it be the job, like that commercial. I got the email that we're talking about this morning. Like immediately I'm like, oh, I'm chasing that. That's the next thing I'm chasing.
Target A.
Yeah. Boxing, any sport that you might play, you're chasing something within there.
Yeah.
Wahine.
I was going to say that.
You know, like.
I was going to say that.
I love a chase.
Yeah.
What I've been thinking about lately, bro, and I'd love to know your thoughts on this does that mean because you're always chasing? I feel like I've always been chasing and I'm continuously chasing something. Does that mean there's something in me that doesn't feel
fulfilled,
whole, or doesn't feel there's something empty I'm chasing something to try and fill something? Because I feel like we're all trying to feel whole. We're all trying to feel full. You know, when they say, my cup feels full after I've been with my whānau for the week, or, you know, people say, I want to fill my cup. Because I feel I'm always chasing. Do you feel like, or anyone that's chasing, does that mean that they might feel something empty or missing inside? And I'd actually love to know what your guys' whakaaro is on this too, because I've just been mulling over this recently about that idea of chasing. And I watched Sylvester Stallone's documentary, bro. It's called Sly on Netflix. Great doco, you should watch it. And he talks about the same, about chasing. When he was younger, he was always chasing. You know, he had an empty house, so he'd chase achievements, fill it up with trophies, medals, fill it up with children, fill it up with art. Those things get old. Those things grow up, those things leave, and then he feels empty again. So like, I don't know, it was a massive thing for me, bro. I'm like, man, it made me really reflect on myself and think, why am I chasing? What is something missing? But I don't know the answers yet. This is something that I'm just discovering, bro. This is only in the last couple of weeks where I'm like, man. And I've seen from a lot of people that have reached that top success that it ain't all what it seems to be. It ain't all the glamorized.
Nah, yeah.
Of what it seems. You know, we're talking about success, that top level success of what we perceive as success there, where they have everything. But do they feel whole?
It's all subjective, I feel like, to your own lives. Like if you refer it back to like whatever goals you've achieved in your life, like I feel like we've said this today, but I feel like whatever goals you've achieved in life, you reach that goal, you're always thinking after that goals, what's next? So like, maybe you always do it. Maybe everyone always does it. Some people do it. Some people chase more than others. Some people have maybe, something more to fill than others. I can speak, for myself. If I achieve something, it's like, naturally, what's next? Yeah. Always, what's next?
Yeah.
I hope that kind of answers your question. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
But maybe some people's, they have more stuff to fill, inside them. They have more chase, they have more drive than other people. That's just the way it is.
What's next? Always thinking what's next, always a next chase, always. Yeah. So maybe I do need to pause sometimes and think, hold on.
But don't you feel like that everyone will always be like that? Like,
I agree.
Like no one's ever going to just stop.
Yeah.
Like no one's ever going to reach, they could, but no one's ever going to stop. They're not going to reach a financial, say they reach 100 million. They're always going to keep going. They're always going to, you're never going to fully, completely in life, I feel like.
I tell you one thing though, if you're talking about that complete in life, there's a part of me that is definitely looking forward to the day where I can be so at peace with myself, with who I am, with what I've done, and think like, maybe I don't need a chase no more. Maybe I don't need to be that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But that day's not today.
That day's not yet.
That day's not today.
Bro, as we say, life's so crazy. Life's so unbalanced. But life's so beautiful as well.
It's so beautiful.
Like, I feel like, bro, and as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that take each day as it comes. Some good, some bad.
Bro, continuous roller coaster.
Bro, you could have 4 mean days, 1 bad day.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like, bro, you've definitely come a long way, even with this pod. Like, even from the pod, but even outside the pod. Like, do you think you would have been able to do a ha-ha shoot, what we're doing now, as comfortable and as confident as you feel with it, I don't know, 3 months ago?
No, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the journey. I'm loving, I know it's something, it's not that I don't want to do it. Like, I don't not want to do this, but it's like, it's something in my mind that's like, ooh, this is hard. Like, once upon a time, this was very hard, sitting in front of a camera, talking to randoms in front of a camera. Yeah. But it's like something that's just, you come accustomed to, like everything.
Falling in love with the process.
Right. And now I want to get better at like all these other things, like content and like, it's me. I'm loving it.
Episode 10, Whānau, that is us. I've already plugged the show, but just a reminder, subscribe to the YouTube, get us above 48
subscribers.
Spotify as well, team. This is an area that Jakey and I definitely want to get better at, is the distribution. Hopefully we get on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, for sure.
Eventually. And even if you guys have some feedback, drop it down, man. Give us some comments, get involved, all that sort of stuff. We've got some exciting guests coming up.
You thought that the last 10 was good. Wait for the next 10.
Wait for the next 10.
Wait for the next 100. The Martin Show's coming.
The Martin Show's coming,
for
baby.
the next years. You know what I mean?
Oh, but we got a big month of boxing. So, hey, hopefully no black guys and all that sort of stuff.
Back to, on to sparring now.
Sparring now.
Much love.
Aroha team, Martin Show.
Ka kite. Woo!